afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Here's what's making news on this Monday. Governor Evers and health officials are taking another step toward reopening the state.
More testing opportunities have arrived in Madison. We'll tell you how you can get a test if you think you need one.
And the number of deaths in the U.S. has reached nearly 80,000. We'll get an update from Washington. But first, Governor Tony Evers is allowing more businesses to open in what he's calling another turn of the dial.
Our Amanda Quintana is here with how this recent emergency order focuses on retail stores and drive-in movie theaters. Amanda?
Yes, this order is effective immediately. It allows standalone or strip mall retail stores to open. Basically, if a store has a door to the outside, not into a mall. But here's the catch. They can only allow 5 shoppers at a time, and everyone has to maintain social distancing. Aside from this, businesses still have to follow guidelines of the Safer at Home order. Governor Evers says the sacrifices Wisconsinites have been making by staying safer at home are paying off, and this is another step towards getting back to business.
In addition to added flexibilities and steps we have already taken for businesses, this is another disciplined turn of the dial that will allow Wisconsin business owners to safely get back to work and Wisconsin consumers to support their favorite local spots.
The order also allows drive-in movie theaters to open with some restrictions. Evers says this adds to other orders allowing golf courses, single-employee lawn and construction services, and mailing, curbside pickup, and drop-off for every business. But Speaker Robin Vos says we've flattened the curve, and this is not enough, releasing a statement saying it's another day and another confusing emergency order. This shutdown has put 500,000 people out of work. It's time to get everyone back to work in every part of the state. DHS says Safer at Home is working, but we are seeing additional COVID-19 cases every day, so we need to continue the work we're doing to social distance.
Amanda, thank you. The Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation is giving an update on the state's small businesses. Missy Hughes, the secretary of WEDC, the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation, says Wisconsin small business owners have received about $10 billion. That's for about 74,000 small businesses in the state. She also said the state is offering reopening guidelines for agriculture, construction, gym and fitness owners, and hotels. They are still working on guidelines for manufacturing and outdoor recreation, and we'll have more on this on our website, channel3000.com.
The percentage of positive cases within the state has dropped. 6% of tests came back positive within the last 24 hours. That's off 2 percentage points from yesterday. The state now has more than 10,000 cases and 410 deaths. Dane County saw 1 new case today. Health officials say they're seeing a downward trajectory of positive tests.
Starting today, 3 community testing sites opened in Wisconsin.
Charlotte Deleste is here now with what you need to know. Charlotte?
Mark and Susan, 2 testing sites are in Milwaukee, and the other drive-by site is here in Madison at the Alliant Energy Center. Part of the Badger Bounce Back plan is increased testing and contact tracing. So in order to make the best plan possible to reopen the state, tests are being made available to anyone who might be experiencing any COVID-19 symptoms or may have been in close contact with someone with the virus.
And what we need before we can look at safely reopening is a broader sample so we can get a better idea of exactly how much of the virus there is in the community. So this will give us a much better number, a better idea of what the real picture is like in Dane County.
The National Guard is helping staff the testing sites, and they're anticipating doing this for the next 4 weeks. Now, if you come up positive, a member of the contact tracing team will let you know and will walk you through what to expect and what you should do. If you would like to get tested, all you have to do is show up at the Alliant Energy Center. It is free. No appointment is necessary. The site is open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and it'll take 3 to 5 days for those test results to return. And to clarify, this is not an antibody test. It's to see if you currently have COVID-19.
Charlotte, thank you. More states and businesses are reopening as the U.S. death toll from coronavirus continues to climb. Nationwide, close to 80,000 Americans have died of the virus, and more than 1.3 million have been infected. In Florida, hair salons, nail salons, and barbershops reopened today as much of the state entered phase 2 of its reopening plan. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis gave the businesses the green light with new requirements to contain the spread of the virus.
Making sure that everyone sanitizes and washing their hands before they come in or when they come in. And as appointments come to the shop, they'll have to wait in their car.
The governors of Arizona, Indiana, and Arkansas eased restrictions for restaurants in their states. But in the nation's capital, Mayor Muriel Bowser says the district will convert the D.C. Convention Center into a makeshift hospital and indicated the likelihood of the state reopening May 15th may not be possible.
The White House has issued a new memo requiring staffers to wear face masks after multiple employees tested positive for the coronavirus. Last week, that is, Skylar Henry is at the White House, where President Trump discussed testing this afternoon.
Sources on the conference call between Vice President Mike Pence and state governors say the Trump administration is pushing for more than 1 million nursing home residents and staff to be tested in the coming weeks.
We need to ramp up testing. That's something that the president has heavily emphasized.
It comes as the FDA has issued emergency use authorization for a new antigen test that provides results in just minutes. But the FDA warns it has a higher chance of false negatives.
It's not dramatically higher, it's slightly higher. But the trade-off is you could do lots of these inexpensively.
The vice president convened the conference call from the White House after his press secretary and one of the president's military valets tested positive for COVID-19 last week. So 3 members of the task force, Dr. Anthony Fauci of the NIH, CDC Director Robert Redfield, and FDA Commissioner Dr. Stephen Hahn are under self-quarantine.
It is scary to go to work. It's a small, crowded place. It's a little bit risky, but you have to do it because you have to serve your country.
All 3 self-isolating task force members are expected to testify Tuesday before a Senate panel remotely. The Republican chair of that committee, Senator Lamar Alexander, is also self-isolating after a member of his staff tested positive for the coronavirus. The Senate gavelled back into session Monday. The House is not expected to return to Washington until possibly Friday at the earliest. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And White House economic advisors are holding a conference call with a bipartisan group of senators this afternoon to discuss reopening the country. Those same advisors held a call with a group of House members last week.
Attorney General Josh Kaul announces a new hotline to help seniors avoid becoming victims of abuse in Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Elder Abuse Hotline program was created through a federal grant designed to assist victims, family members, and concerned citizens in reporting abuse of older adults. The Greater Wisconsin Agency on Aging Resources, which helped launch the effort, says for every single case of elder abuse reported in Wisconsin, there are 23 that go unreported.
We want to get out in front of this and encourage folks who are aware of elder abuse, whether it's financial or physical or neglect, to report that abuse to the Wisconsin Department of Justice.
Individuals who suspect that they are victims of elder abuse, or if you know someone who may be a victim, you can learn more at reportelderabuse.wi.org or call 1-833-586-0107.
Let's head out to the weather, Patty. Let's take a look outside first of all. Look at this. Susan, little geese.
Oh, I love this. Is the best time of the year. They're all over the place now. Be careful driving.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're very common.
Another frost freeze are the weather words, and Dana's in the backyard to tell us how low it'll go.
It's a little chilly outside right now, even. Thankfully, not quite as chilly as we were for Mother's Day, though. About a 9-degree warm-up in the last 24 hours. Here's a live look right now. Some clouds building in, but they'll be quickly passing through. We're expecting another very cold night. There are freeze warnings in effect for central Wisconsin, including Crawford and Richland counties. For the rest of southern Wisconsin, we do have a frost advisory for tonight until about 8-9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So similar to what we saw last night. Our temperatures will be dropping to the low 30s for overnight lows as our skies do become clear yet again. It's going to be very cold outside, and we do have the potential for a hard freeze further north. Now, the good news, we are starting a bit of a warming trend. As we get to the end of the week, we will soon be back to the 70s, but we'll take a closer look at your full 10-day in just a few minutes.
It'd be nice. All right, Dan, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. The 115th Fighter Wing of the Wisconsin Air National Guard will conduct evening training flights starting tonight. While training flights typically happen during the day, a news release said crews are required to conduct nighttime training to ensure their overall readiness. Residents may see or hear F-16 fighter jets taking off or landing around 10 o'clock tonight. Officials said pilots will follow flight paths that are meant to minimize the amount of noise area residents will have to deal with.
U.S. Air Force investigators are rejecting a Wisconsin National Guard sergeant's allegations that his commanders retaliated against him after he complained about sexual assaults in his units. The Secretary of the Air Force Inspector General notified Master Sergeant Jay Ellis last week that his complaints were not substantiated. Ellis sent Senator Tammy Baldwin a letter in November of 2018 saying that he had learned of at least 6 instances of sexual harassment or assault within the 115th Fighter Wings Security Forces Squadron. His complaint sparked a federal investigation that drove the Guard's leader, General Donald Dunbar, to resign.
The future of college sports this fall remains uncertain. NCAA President Mark Emmert says the coronavirus is making it unlikely that all schools will be ready to begin competing in college sports at the same time. Emmert says the goal is for every team to have an equal amount of time preparing before its season starts. But there could be some competitive inequities caused by schools having varied timelines for reopening campuses. Emmert also said there can be no college athletes competing at school if students are not on campus.
Georgia's Attorney General has appointed a new prosecutor in the Ahmaud Arbery case. Arbery was shot and killed while running through a neighborhood in February. William Roddy Bryan is the man who filmed the shooting death of Arbery. He spoke out for the first time this weekend to a station in Jacksonville. Bryan's attorney says Bryan only drove to the scene after he saw commotion from his home. But the Arbery family attorney believes more arrests should be made.
Evidence shows that there was no communication between Roddy and the McMichaels or anybody else prior to that shooting.
Do you think the man who shot the video should be charged? I think that William Bryan, the man who shot the video, should be charged.
Travis and Gregory McMichael were arrested Thursday and denied bail on Friday. Travis was charged with murder and aggravated assault. Gregory with party to murder and aggravated assault in the February 23rd confrontation. Both men claim self-defense.
Well, there's more to come at 4. Our film critic Will Loper has been scanning the internet for new shows and movies to stream.
He found something for just about everybody this week, and we'll get Will's picks when Live at 4 continues. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Take a break from cooking at home and order takeout from your local Monk's Bar and Grill. Monk's is offering curbside pickup takeout service for your safety and convenience during these difficult times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com for takeout menus and online ordering.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Has your home's roof seen better days? Does it have some storm damage? If it's time for a replacement, don't settle for less than the best roof and the best deal. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by only 3% of the contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance that you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor, and we take very good care of our customers.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to, have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and save. Get free installation labor, free financing for a year, and get a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
I didn't choose this exact type of metastatic breast cancer, but I did pick clarity by knowing I have a treatment that goes right at it.
Discover Piqray, a treatment that specifically targets PIK3CA mutations in HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Piqray is taken with fulvestrant after progression on hormone therapy and helps people live longer without disease progression. Do not take Piqray if you've had severe allergic reactions to it or any of its ingredients. Piqray can cause serious side effects, including severe allergic and skin reactions, high blood sugar levels and diarrhea that are common and can be severe, and pneumonitis. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms of severe allergic reactions or high blood sugar while taking Piqray. Your doctor will monitor your blood sugar before and during treatment, and more often often if you have type 2 diabetes. Before starting, tell your doctor if you have a history of diabetes, skin reactions, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Common side effects include rash, nausea, tiredness, weakness, decreased appetite, mouth sores, vomiting, weight loss, hair loss, and changes in some blood tests. Ask your doctor about Pickray.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Take a break from cooking at home and order takeout from your local Monk's Bar and Grill. Monk's is offering curbside pickup takeout service for your safety and convenience during these difficult times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com for takeout menus and online ordering.
Amtrak is requiring all its passengers wear face masks to fight the spread of the coronavirus. It happens to customers in all Amtrak stations, trains, and transit buses. The company announced Friday it will reopen a modified version of its Acela commuter train service on the Northeast Corridor June 1st. Amtrak employees who work with customers are also required to wear masks. The mask can be taken off when passengers are sitting alone or with a travel partner and when they're eating or in private rooms. Passengers must bring their own masks.
Comedian Jerry Stiller has died at the age of 92. His son, Ben Stiller, said the actor died of natural causes in a tweet posted early this morning. Jerry Stiller began his career in the 50s with his wife, Ann Mira, and remained popular decades later with his featured roles on Seinfeld and King of Queens. Stiller was a multi-talented performer who appeared in an assortment of movies. He played Walter Matthau's police sidekick in the thriller The Taking of Pelham 123, and Wilbur Turnblad in John Waters' twisted comedy Hairspray.
That's quite a variety.
But he still makes me laugh every time you watch Seinfeld.
I know.
And maybe in his honor, they'll air some more of them.
He's a funny man.
Oh, I know. Very funny, very sad. The coronavirus pandemic has forced wineries from coast to coast to close their vineyards and their tasting rooms to customers.
But that hasn't stopped the wine from pouring at home in virtual tasting rooms. Winemaker Drew Perry is leading an at-home audience through a virtual wine tasting experience. Perry makes wine at Aurora Cellars Winery in northern Michigan. Co-owner Taylor Simpson was already considering virtual testing, but then the coronavirus forced the issue.
When news of the stay-at-home order happened here in Michigan, and we were told that we had to close our tasting rooms, we wanted to find a way to stay connected.
Perry conducts Aurora Cellars virtual tasting room live on Instagram. Participants have the featured wines delivered to their homes in advance. As virtual tastings become more popular, wineries hope it'll help keep them in business and lure in new customers one glass at a time. It was a mixed day on Wall Street with tech and healthcare stocks advancing. The Dow Industrials lost 109 points, closing at 24,221. The Nasdaq was up 71, and the S&P 500 had a fractional gain. While drive-in movie theaters will now be allowed to open, plenty of new stuff has made its way to streaming sites.
Our Will Loper has a look.
Hey, Mark and Susan, this week we've got animated aliens, some jazz music, and our national treasure, Mark Ruffalo. First up on Netflix, we've got Dead to Me Season 2.
The FBI are good at connecting dots. Are you okay? I'm having a day.
Also new is the series The Eddy.
In the morning, and then you call me late at night.
You were pretty fantastic tonight.
I tell you what I'm thinking.
First time I've seen my club food.
You always seem to get
Andre Holland opens a jazz club in Paris, but finds all kinds of difficulties in keeping the club and his relationship with his daughter afloat.
Your club has debts. Your club has big problems. Dad. Why don't you want to come home?
New York isn't my home anymore.
Yeah, but it's my home.
Fareed and I started some things here. I can't just stop.
Finally, there's the fantastic documentary about the life of Michelle Obama, Becoming.
In high school, your guidance counselor didn't see in you what you saw in yourself.
She decided I was reaching too high.
The film takes a look at her life as she goes on tour for her memoir and how much her life changed when she became First Lady.
How did you, as a black woman, persevere? We can't afford to wait for the world to be equal to start feeling seen.
I
feel like I got to share with you all that the energy that's out there is much better than what we see. How's everybody doing?
This girl is on fire.
It's entertaining, it's inspiring, and it will leave you feeling all sorts of warm and fuzzies.
If we can open up a little bit more to each other and share our stories, that's what breaks down barriers. Wow.
Over on Hulu, a new documentary, Spaceship Earth landed.
If we're going to go to Mars and the moon, we better know how to make a biosphere.
Climate change is a threat. We were trying to counteract that threat.
As well as the very adult animated series, Solar Opposites.
Wait! We can't park here! There's street cleaning tomorrow.
And for horror fans, 2019's The Lodge just arrived on Hulu as well.
I heard something. What is this?
Finally, new on HBO is the miniseries I Know This Much Is True.
Ray, he's a paranoid schizophrenic. It's not Mom's fault. It's not anybody's fault.
Based on the best-selling Wally Lamb novel, the dark and grim series follows two identical twins dealing with trauma and mental illness.
I have to take care of my brother. That's just something that I have to do. I have to do it.
I think you need to let go a little.
You don't just give up on the people you love.
Mark Ruffalo plays both twins, and production took a 6-week break to allow Ruffalo to gain 30 pounds to play one of the twins.
I'm gonna get you out of here.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loperson, and back to you guys with the understatement of the year from Mark Ruffalo in 2012's Avengers.
So, this all seems horrible.
Seem worse.
Sorry.
No, we...
A lot of stuff out there.
There really is something for everyone. You're not kidding.
Can't keep up. Thank you, Will. Still to come at 4, virtual reality calls are going to a whole new and sometimes strange level.
When we come back, we'll find out what's going on out there. That's hello. That's coming up after Dana's First Warn forecast.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto. Novartis thanks the heroic healthcare workers fighting COVID-19.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
To our Pick and Save associates, for the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives, for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Let me introduce me.
Cuts, colors, braids, and fades. We stand for style. Cost Cutter Salons.
#1 in color in Wisconsin.
Through all the work
real-world events since 1930, Surgenians has provided high-quality flooring and service to area homes and businesses. Surgenian's showroom is now open. Come in to see the area's largest selection of flooring options.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Take a look at this. Watch a guy in his underwear chug red wine from the bottom of a speeding tanker truck. Yes, all those things are actually a thing that happened. Dash cam from a freight truck hauling thousands of gallons of wine was recording when the driver was flagged down in California by a motorist who exited his vehicle wearing nothing but his underwear. Understandably spooked, the trucker took off. And that's when police say the man hopped on the tanker, opened a valve underneath, and began chugging the wine. Authorities are baffled by this bizarre case. When it was all said and done, the slurping suspect was in handcuffs, and the tanker lost roughly 1,000 gallons of vino. I don't think he drank 1,000 gallons. I think most of it ended up on the road.
You're sure they weren't filming a movie or something?
This really happened.
Wow.
All right, it's time for Potentially Yours with the Dane County Humane Society.
Today's pet of the week is Dooney.
Oh, look at Dooney. He's an adult male hound mix looking for a home to call his own. He's shy but friendly boy looking for a family to teach him new things and tricks. He'd also love to be with other dogs. However, small kids might not be a good fit for him since he needs a little time to warm up to people.
I love that big smile.
And our horse from last week, Big Guy, has found a home.
Oh, that's good news. The Dane County Humane Society also wanted us to remind all of you that their thrift store is ready for curbside. There is no contact donation drop-offs that are available at their location on the 6900 block of Watts Road. That's right across from Woodman's. Donations are accepted Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 11 to 4 beginning tomorrow. And if you're interested in adopting or checking out other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org or give them a call to set up an appointment, 838-0413.
Yeah, they're not open. You have only by appointments.
Right.
Let's get Dooney a home.
Yes, I'm glad to hear about Big Guy. That's such a great name.
Dana, Big Guy got a home.
Big Guy got a home. We talked about adopting the horse. I just don't have enough land. That's not an option. We'll stick with the dogs for now. Temperature-wise, the next few days, thankfully, we're going to start to get just a little warmer. That's not going to kick off for tonight, though. We have some clouds outside. It's going to be a little frosty outside for Tuesday morning. We'll look at what's ahead for the rest of the week and when we might see the 80s right after the break.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
One of the enduring takeaways from this pandemic is the essential importance of childcare providers, and by extension, the danger caused by decades of undervaluing and undercompensating these professionals to whom we entrust our children so we can go to work every day. There are two elements to this recognition. First, licensed daycare providers need help now, so healthcare workers, first responders, and others in essential jobs can continue to work. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi's $3.5 million grant program announced last week is a good first step. The state legislature now needs to approve use of $51 million in federal funds to support early care and education. But we also need to prepare now to raise compensation and benefits for child care workers who will be critical to reopening the economy. This recognition is long overdue. It can't wait any longer.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganser. Looking to update your bath, shower, or your entire bathroom? Ganser is the answer with Bath Creations by Ganser Company.
Schedule your free in-home consultation or visit our beautiful showroom on the Beltline.
A local family-owned business of 4 generations.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find bicycle store quality electric e-bikes from Trek, Electra, Felt, Giant, and more. Trek offers the best-selling e-bike in America, Trek Verve Plus, under $2,500. At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find fat e-bikes, mountain e-bikes, road e-bikes, bike path e-bikes, and more. Free services included. The place to shop for your new e-bike is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world.
together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
Hi, this is John Walsh. How do you get help if you can't leave your house and your family can't be with you? With a Jitterbug cell phone, one touch connects you to highly trained 5-star agents. They'll send you the help you need or get a doctor or nurse on the line. Call as often as you like, day or night. And with the Link app, family members will get an alert right on their smartphones that you've contacted 5-star.
Now more affordable with 50% off at Best Buy, Amazon, and GreatCall.com. Also at Rite Aid.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganser. Looking to update your bath, shower, or your entire bathroom? Ganser is the answer with Bath Creations by Ganser Company.
Schedule your free in-home consultation or visit our beautiful showroom on the Beltline.
A local family-owned business of 4 generations.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
So we are looking at another cold night. Again, our average last frost in Madison is May 8th. And we're going just a little bit beyond that. Certainly not setting any records for the latest last frost, but we're going to have a frost, possibly a hard freeze tonight for central Wisconsin. Tomorrow night, there's going to be the chance for some patchy frost, but then looking at our overnight lows through the rest of the week, into the weekend, and next week, we'll finally see our overnight lows climb up into the 50s, so that is going to be just a little bit above average for us, and that's also looking at a pretty nice trend with temperatures picking up towards the end of the week and into the weekend. We do have a freeze warning overnight for Richland and Crawford counties and the rest of central Wisconsin. Southern Wisconsin, we have frost advisories in effect for tonight until about 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, when temperatures will finally start to climb out of the 30s. So cold tonight, sunny skies expected for Tuesday, and we will have some more rain and thunderstorm chances developing for the second half of the week. Right now, a few clouds, but those will clear out, and overnight our skies become mostly clear. That clear sky really helps our temperatures fall overnight. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny, and we'll tack on a few more degrees. It'll be just a little bit warmer, not quite as chilly outside tomorrow. And then for Wednesday, our skies will steadily become mostly cloudy throughout the afternoon. We'll start off with a bit of sun early in the day, mostly cloudy later on with a chance for some light showers to develop into the evening with thunderstorm chances overnight. As we start to look towards the end of May, our 6 to 10-day outlook is pushing us towards May 21st. It's a little likely we could trend above average with our rain chances developing. Our temperature trend, thankfully, is swinging on the up. It's quite likely that our temperatures are going to be above average in our 6 to 10-day outlook, and that lines up right well with our 10-day forecast. It looks like we could be seeing temperatures in the 80s for next week. Tomorrow, plan on a high of 58 degrees, which is still below average, about 10 degrees below average. Mostly sunny skies and cool outside, just not quite as cool as today. Our wind speeds anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour, so not a windy afternoon at all. Along the state line, we could get a little closer to 60 degrees. So we're in the upper 50s on Tuesday. Chance for showers developing late in the day on Wednesday, with thunderstorms possible at night, and then our temperatures overnight will hop up into the 50s. So we're not looking at those concerns for frost or any freeze warnings for the rest of the week and the weekend. We'll be close to 70 degrees this weekend with a few rain chances developing, but next week it does seem likely that it's going to be quite warm outside. We'll be close to 80 degrees with sunshine on Monday and partly sunny skies for Tuesday and Wednesday. Mark, you're shrugging your hands.
No in between around here.
No, we either one way or the other.
Well, we'll get through the next couple of nights. Thank you, Dana. Video calls are bringing families and friends together during the pandemic.
As Nancy Chen shows us, some are also taking people for a walk on the wild side.
The cows, llamas, and goats at this Northern California farm are figuring out their best angles.
He's super friendly.
Nate Salpeter is a co-founder of Sweet Farm, a nonprofit sanctuary now offering animal cameos on Zoom. He says demand is so high, they've booked more than 600 appointments. Sessions start at $65 for a happy hour appearance, with extended tours for $250.
What's been some of the more unique events that you've been part of?
Let's see. We had our first wedding that we called into the other day. We called in with Paco the llama.
These video calls are going to the dogs. Ricochet is a surfing therapy dog in San Diego. Her handler, Judy Fredono, was inspired by their work with veterans, so she's now offering free virtual visits to healthcare workers under stress.
If you hold back your anger, that just ends up festering. So if you can tell Ricochet what you're angry about, it doesn't affect anybody.
Diana Muchagamba spent an hour talking with Ricochet. The San Antonio nurse has been working with critically ill coronavirus patients.
I feel good having let it out. Having had someone to listen without judgment, that was hugely important.
While the visits are virtual, the much-needed relief is not.
It's a way to, break from the norm, the new norm, I should say, and get outside even through a video screen. It's a very uplifting opportunity for folks.
Making staying in until the cows come home a bit easier. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
Everything's okay with Paco the llama.
I love that idea.
It's a great idea.
I would sign up for that Zoom. Totally. You know me. I'd love to see the ducks and the...
Get them in the morning meeting.
Yeah.
Our Zoom morning
There you
meeting.
go. Good idea.
All right, we'll be right back.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
Has your home's roof seen better days? Does it have some storm damage? If it's time for a replacement, don't settle for less than the best roof and the best deal. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by only 3% of the contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance that you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor, and we take very good care of our customers.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to, have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and save. Get free installation labor, free financing for a year, and get a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
More than 70 years ago, we at Festival Foods began serving this proud state, building strong relationships founded on trust, compassion, and our unwavering commitment to ensuring that you and your family feel at home every time you visit Festival Foods. It's times like these that remind us that family and home are what truly matter most. So we're using this moment just to let you know that Festival Foods is here for you, because family always looks after family. Be safe, Wisconsin.
Tonight at 5, Governor Evers announces that some retail stores will be allowed to reopen. We'll tell you what social distancing guidelines those businesses will have to follow. That's at 5.
Another widespread frost is expected tonight, maybe a freeze north of Madison. Patchy frost may still be possible tomorrow night, but high temperatures will be in the 70s by Thursday. My first warn forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, a local store is delivering gift baskets to frontline workers with the help of local donors. How you can help them do something good at 6.
Welcome back, everyone. As the pandemic continues, we're also focusing on the 2020 campaign for president.
A few weeks ago, we interviewed Vice President Mike Pence when he was in Madison about the White House response to the pandemic. We're now talking with the Democrats to get their perspective. Former presidential hopeful and Mayor Pete Buttigieg has joined the presidential campaign for Joe Biden. He spoke with us earlier today.
My role is I'm doing everything in my power to get Joe Biden elected the next president. Even when we were competing against each other, I came to admire and appreciate him. And that's only become more the case since we've seen what America's up against with this pandemic. We need a president who cares about facts, who cares about people. We need some empathy in that office, as well as competence. And that's what I believe that Joe Biden will deliver. And so I'm doing everything that I can to make sure I get the message out, to encourage those who supported me to be just as enthusiastic in supporting him, and to get us better leadership, because we just can't afford 4 more years of the chaos that we have under this president.
Specifically, what are you doing for the campaign?
Well, taking a lot of opportunities like this one to speak to different communities around the country, doing what I can to make sure that he has the resources to compete, and we'll continue looking for ways to encourage anyone in my own community of supporters who is drawn to my campaign because of our values, to make sure that they turn that same support toward that all-important task of making sure that we get a different and better president.
All facets of our life are different now. Here in Wisconsin, we're still under a safer at home order. What has it been like to campaign during a pandemic?
What I would say is that the style of campaigning has changed, but the stakes have not. And of course, the whole country was looking at Wisconsin to see just how challenging it can be to make sure that there are safe, secure, and fair elections in the time of the pandemic. And I hope we learned the lessons from the confusion that the people of Wisconsin had to deal with, and make sure that in the future it is simple, straightforward, and easy to have both by mail options and safe in-person voting options. I think we're all seeing now how our lives and the lives of our loved ones depend on the wisdom and the judgment of the American president. That's why it's so important for us all to turn out in November.
The Democratic convention scheduled for Milwaukee in July, and there's no guarantee that's going to happen. How would that affect the campaign to not have that week-long commercial?
We know that there's going to have to be at least major changes in the way the convention works. Maybe that doesn't have to completely be a bad thing. This is another example of something that's evolved over the years. And I think the most important thing is that we find a way to take every opportunity to get the message out and to bring our party together. We have a famously big tent in the Democratic Party. But right now, what's going to be settled in the election is not the questions we argue about inside our party. How can we best deal with climate change? How can we most quickly get everybody health care? The question that's going to be settled in November is whether we do any of those things, whether the president believes in climate change, whether the president is trying to expand health care or take it away. These are the stakes in the November election, and they're why we need to take every opportunity we can to unify as a party and get Joe Biden elected.
Do you have plans to visit Wisconsin as soon as possible?
Absolutely. The Cheese Castle is calling my name, and anytime there's a good occasion to head that way, I love it. My husband's in along with Eau Claire, and as soon as conditions allow, I'll be looking forward to a chance to visit.
Your thoughts on the vice presidential candidate?
Well, I support the vice president's decision to ensure that gender balance is a priority because it's the right thing to do, because our country will do better when our top leadership reflects the diversity of this country. And I'll say this, there are extraordinary women who ran for president, who we all competed together in this race. There are also some extraordinary women leading in the Democratic Party, mayors, governors, who are not necessarily household names, but who I think could do a great job. In the end, I'm not sure anybody walking this earth knows the vice presidency better than Joe Biden. So I'm not going to presume to give him advice, but I do think he has a lot of wonderful leaders to choose from.
Well, Mayor Pete, it's good to see you again. And if you're ever in Madison, stop by and say hello.
I look forward to it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay well. Great to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks.
And we are committed to delivering you a balanced and fair newscast and intend to treat this interview the same way we did with Vice President Pence's.
You can find the raw interviews for both on our website, channel3000.com.
We'll be right back.
Well, during these cautious COVID times, we are
are practicing our social distancing here on Buzzed into Madison, and we're talking about health scams that you need to be aware of today. So we have Courtney with AARP Wisconsin and Lara with Consumer Protection. So Lara, we're going to start with you. What are the key health scams that people need to be aware of going on right now?
So we are seeing scammers pretend that there's a vaccine, that there's a cure. We're seeing scams around trying to get people to buy home test kits to test themselves to see if they actually have the virus.
And just to confirm, none of those three things exist, at least right now.
That's right. There's no vaccine, and if there were a vaccine, you'd know about it. So we really encourage people to go to sources of information that you trust, like the Wisconsin government or the CDC, the Center for Disease Control.
Great tip, thank you. Really, just don't answer your phone, don't reply to any messages. Truly, right now is probably your safest bet. But Courtney, why are the older Wisconsinites, they're always seeming to be the target, and what can they do to really make sure they don't fall prey to this?
Yeah, so it's really all about staying informed. So like Lara mentioned, you can visit the DATCAP website. AARP also has launched a coronavirus website at aarp.org/coronavirus. You can find information there about these scams, but you can also find information about legislation and general health tips. So it's a great resource for all kinds of coronavirus information.
If someone thinks they may have been scammed, what do they do?
They should definitely reach out and file a complaint with DATCAP, and they can do that online at their website, datcp.gov.
Wonderful tips. Thank you so much. You guys are a breath of fresh air during these troubling times. We thank you so much for being here, Lara and Courtney. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Emmy Fink, and you are Buzzed into Madison.
Choosing the right Medicare plan is simple, right? Except that there are a lot of choices from a lot of companies. Avoid the confusion and the junk mail. Come to Informed Choice Insurance Agency. We know Medicare, and we offer many of Wisconsin's popular plans. There's no cost and no obligation to come discuss your Medicare options with the experienced team at Informed Choice. Call us today.
You were always the responsible one, so much like me, always taking care of everyone else. But this wasn't your responsibility. I already took care of the arrangements. The Ryans made it so easy. I didn't want you to worry about a thing. It's my last gift to you, my lovely daughter.
Well, there still are so many questions related to the coronavirus pandemic, and many of those revolve around the economy.
Economics expert from the UW-Madison School of Business, Moses Altsek, joins us now to answer some of those questions. Moses, good to see you.
Hey, thank you guys. It's good to be back.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Let's start with the news from the DHS this afternoon that non-essential businesses are going to be able to start taking in-person customers 5 at a time. What do you think that is going to mean for the area economy?
Well, certainly it's a sign that things are gradually, slowly, cautiously going to start to come back. And, as you know, the recovery depends on a lot of things. First of all, it's, the virus dictates a lot of things. It depends on, what it does, when it peaks, when infections start to decline. It also depends on our ability to provide widespread availability of testing, as well as contact tracing. And once we do that, it's not just a matter of the businesses reopening, but are the customers coming back? Do they feel confident enough to go to stores, to restaurants, to whatever eventually in person? And having that widespread availability of testing and the contact tracing is really going to make, a big difference. And also the extent to which people are willing to take chances. And I hope, not great chances, because the consequences are pretty dire. So doing things cautiously, I think, is the right course.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the recovery a bit. This all happened so fast. 30 million people out of work, the Wall Street collapsing. How do you think the recovery is going to go?
Well, certainly the recovery it's not like we're going to flick a switch and we're going to go back to where we were before. And that includes the stock market, that includes unemployment, that includes a lot of things. Unemployment may be at at about 15% now. The word is it's going to get a little worse before it gets better. But, if you give it a little bit of time, once things start reopening, unemployment is going to drop. It's not going to drop down to 3% again, not for a long time anyway. But it may drop down to, say, 10% or 12%. Not that long ago, we did have 10% unemployment, and it wasn't pleasant, and people were suffering. But, we made it through that. So we're going to be able to go through a, slow recovery, but we're going to recover nonetheless. It's just going to take a little time.
What about local businesses, especially local restaurants? It's been such a silver lining and so heartening to see the way the community has sort of rallied together to try to help small business owners survive this. Do you think most of them will?
Yeah, I think a lot of businesses have shown great ability to adapt to the new circumstances. I mean, you mentioned restaurants, Parthenon Euros, for example, where you can't go eat anymore. They have takeout and delivery like everybody else. They thought of creating these meal kits that you could take home, feed the family, or even donate to first responders or coworkers or friends. That's ingenuity that keeps the business going. There's a lot of other businesses that have had to adapt in that regard. I've had work done on my roof and siding with ridgetop exteriors, and they provide financing terms now because I may want to keep some of my money. They offer deferred payments. That's a new thing. The business is making it possible for me to spend my money. Wild Easttown Honda, you can take your car in for service and it can be contactless now, or they'll come and pick up your car and they'll sanitize it before dropping it back off. Even healthcare organizations that traditionally don't need too much personal protective equipment, take Heartland Hospice, they provide end-of-life care. They have to scramble to find that equipment so they can safely provide that care to people in their home. So that shows that businesses haven't just sat on their hands. They've thought of ideas for continuing, taking a hit perhaps, but continuing to provide services and serve people under these circumstances. And that makes me optimistic. Is everybody going to survive? Probably not. But an awful lot of them, I think, are going to come back thanks to the community support and thanks to their own adaptability.
And staying safe. Yeah. Moses, good to see you as usual. We'll check back in with you as we need to. Thanks for being with us today.
Absolutely. It's always my pleasure.
Great to see you. Stay well.
You as well. Take care.
A final check of your forecast is coming up.
Welcome to the all-new Dwellings.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganser. Looking to update your bath, shower, or your entire bathroom? Ganser has the answer with Bath Creations by Ganser Company. We know you're busy. Give us 80 minutes for 80 years to make a smart decision on your bath remodel.
Let us help you find the bath of your dreams. Schedule your free in-home consultation or visit our beautiful showroom on the Beltline.
Remember, Ganser has the answer. A local family-owned business of 4 generations.
Ganser, that's the answer.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection remains open to serve our customers and communities during these times of uncertainty. During Safer at Home, we've got you covered for all your plumbing service needs. Call us for help. We are here for you.
For the safety of our customers, we have temporarily closed our showroom, but we are still scheduling our award-winning in-home design visits, so reserve your spot today. Dwellings, Madison's best-kept $150 secret.
About 10% of positive coronavirus cases have come from group homes. What one area nursing home is doing differently to make sure their residents stay safe. Plus, there's a new and free COVID-19 testing site in Madison. You can get tested at 5. When it seems the world is changing every day, you need the latest breaking news quickly without sacrificing accuracy.
Trust News 3 Now as your local source for the latest facts to help keep you and your family safe.
News 3 Now, your local coronavirus headquarters.
A freeze warning is in effect for tonight for central Wisconsin, Richland and Crawford counties included in that. Southern Wisconsin under a frost advisory as temperatures will drop to the low 30s for overnight lows with mostly clear skies. Thankfully, warmer temperatures on the way for the end of the week. Gary will have more on that during the 5.
All right, Dana, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, we'll get some advice on dealing with isolation during the pandemic.
And Consumer Reports will show us lawn and yard cleanup chores you can do now as we stay safer at home.